Once upon a time, I read a quote which said that the cure for anything is salt water, sweat, tears or the sea. तो समुद्र के साथ अपना रिश्ता गहरा करने के लिए मैं भी चल पड़ी एंडमन्स की ओर एंड आई टुक अ फ्लाइट फ्रॉम दिल्ली टू पोर्ट ब्लेयर. पोर्ट ब्लेयर में आई स्टेड ओवरनाइट एंड द नेक्स्ट डे आई लेफ्ट फॉर अ फेरी towards Neil Islands. Neil Islands is a beautiful location for pursuing scuba diving, and in this video I'm going to talk about 3 things majorly. Why should you pursue scuba diving course? What is exactly taught in such a course, and the cost and how you can save money for doing the same. Hi guys and welcome to an all new vlog. मैं हूँ Andamans में and the specific island that I'm at is Neil Islands. And I'm here for a very specific reason because मुझे बहुत टाइम से एक डाइविंग कोर्स करना था. Like I wanted to get certified to become a diver underwater. And the reason why I chose Neil Island for my underwater certification is क्योंकि यहाँ की marine life बहुत ही amazing है. बहुत सारी fish देखने को मिलती है. The waters are very clear and also it's relatively very less crowded. I'm here in December which is a peak season for Andamans, but फिर भी मुझे ऐसे देख के लग नहीं रहा है कि यहाँ पे जैसे बहुत भीड़ है और या फिर there are a lot of people or it's overcrowded or overpopulated at this point of time. And I'm staying at Breakwater Resort which is right next to a private beach and it's a very good budget stay option and यहाँ के रेस्टोरेंट में बहुत अच्छा खाना भी मिलता है. मैं ऑलरेडी टेस्ट कर चुकी हूँ. And finally, here I am in Andamans to pursue my certification to become a scuba diver. But before I even take you to the basic training, let me talk about the fact that travel in general comes with a lot of last minute shopping or transportation booking, and all of this cost can make you feel so bogged down, especially if you have to spend in one go. So I personally feel that what can make the situation easier for you is ZestMoney. ZestMoney is a 100% digital app that allows you to buy now and pay for it later in installments. You can shop for anything from clothes to gadgets, and yes, you can also use it to make travel bookings on Ease My Trip, on Yatra, on Make My Trip, and then split your bills in 3 installments with 0% interest. There are no hidden charges. The approval process is pretty fast and you can get a personalized credit limit even if you don't have a credit score. It's time to dream big and pay small. Just like I'm accomplishing my dream of getting a PADI certificate in scuba diving in Andamans, you can also start by ticking off items on your bucket list. Click on the link in the description box and download the ZestMoney app now. Hi Vikrant.
Hello, morning.
Hi.
Welcome to Neil.
Thank you. What's happening over here?
We'll be starting off with our confined session. Before we do that, we'll start with the setting up of the equipment and everything.
Okay. So today is day 1 of our session and today is just the confined water training. And here we learn a bunch of techniques, breathing, signals, वगैरह वगैरह. Of course, Vikrant over here, who's our instructor, will tell us everything in detail. Real quick, let me also introduce you to all the students, all the divers, the future divers who are with me over here.
Hi.
Mention your names. Rajat. Kiran. And we have Abdul. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the vlog, and you've already met Vikrant. He's our instructor. And we have Ishan. Are you excited?
Very much.
Very much. Let's go. This is the shampoo method.
So we put it on and then we leave it for some time. Okay. And right before we are about to enter the water, we rinse it with the water. This is right now what we're going to do now. Before I get to the equipment part, I want to start off with the hand signals part, because in the water, as you all know, we can't talk once you're inside the water. Yeah. So there's hand signals for everything. Cool. This in the water means okay.
Yeah.
This is not okay. This means up. This means down. This means stop what you're doing. This means you are out of air, basically. When we are out of air, we give out a very clear, nice sign that you're out of air. With your fist closed, hand like this on your chest, this means you are low on air.
So we just got instructed on how to wear our BCDs. BCDs मतलब buoyancy control devices होते हैं. These are the main jackets that help you dive, and setting up your kit is very important. Now this has to fit around 4 fingers below the curve. So this is fine. This is my SPG, which is going to be a gauge for telling me कितनी air है cylinder के अंदर.
Cool, yeah. Let's just see how you've done till now. Perfect. 4 fingers. Primary here, alternate where it's supposed to be. LPI is connected. Very good. SPG is right where it's supposed to be, and your tank is open. Yeah. You got over 200 bars. Yeah.
Yeah.
So your full tank is always 200 bar. Remember that wherever you go in the world. Now we do pre-dive safety check.
Okay. So first we inflate.
Yeah, inflate fully. Now
Okay.
you check whether it is deflating or not.
Okay.
Do 2 pinches. Yeah, dump all.
Dump all.
Pull it down. The dump all.
Dump all.
Pull it down. Let the buckle stays in your left hand and always bend forward when you're doing this.
So now we go over to the releases. These are in place.
Air, yeah.
So we check the quality of the air.
Shouldn't be rubbery, shouldn't be pungent, shouldn't be a foul smell basically.
Okay.
Put it on and then you taste the air also. What is left now?
Final check. So we check my mask and snorkel and fins. Let's go into the water.
First thing we'll do, we'll put the velcro on. The waist buckle. Second thing, shoulder rings.
Now it's more comfortable.
Done?
So in the confined training session, we were taught a bunch of skills like equipment assembly and also how do we inflate, deflate our BCD, maintain buoyancy. If our mask gets flooded, how do we clear the water from it? Signals that we have to use underwater.
Keep your leg inside the water and then equal.
And also a swim test was taken so that the instructor knows that we know how to be comfortable and swim around in water. So after our first ever confined training session, we are here at a cafe for eating lunch क्योंकि बहुत ज़्यादा भूख लग रही है. We were in the pool for nearly 2-3 hours. We are at a cafe called Vibes and Dives and this cafe is also owned by Vikrant only. Also एक और इस कैफे का बहुत ही cool feature है. It is that sunrise point is right here. मेरे पीछे पूरा समुद्र है and बहुत ही ज़्यादा नीला पानी. इतना नीला पानी मैंने बहुत टाइम से नहीं देखा. So हम लोग विक्रांत के कैफे से वापस आ गए थे and we came back to our property and what you see behind me is obviously the sunset colors because I was here at the beach of the property for witnessing the sunset and I think that is the best part about staying here at Breakwater. Breakwater is where I'm staying at क्योंकि आपको ये एक तो बीच का access मिलता है and not only can you witness the sunset from over here but also when it's night time you can come over here and just sit and look at all the stars in the background. It's just beautiful and even today evening भी यहाँ के colors बहुत ही अच्छे देखने को मिल रहे हैं. So guys, it's day 2 today of my course और मैं अभी भरतपुर बीच में निकल के आई हूँ.
Today we won't be diving here. As you can see, the whole place is a bit messed up here. Not messed up like on land is good weather, but for us to go diving, the sea is very choppy. So these are not the most perfect of conditions for somebody to start their course in. You know, you want the water to be stable, you want it to be nice and flat. But today I don't think it's happening, so that's why we can it.
Guys, now I'm all changed up. हम लोग एक्चुअली जहाँ थे ना भरतपुर बीच में वहाँ पे बहुत सारे ईटिंग जॉइंट्स हैं, बहुत सारी अच्छी अच्छी ऐसे छोटे छोटे शैक्स हैं where you can sit and just eat your breakfast and all. And we were also doing some bit of our जो course material होता है उसकी reading. And this is the dive school that you see in my background. It's called Scuba Yogi और हम लोग जो confined swimming sessions कर रहे हैं वो यहाँ पे एक resort है which is called Symphony Summer and Sands. वहाँ पे कर रहे हैं. उसके अंदर एक काफ़ी अच्छा सा pool है. And I must tell you at this point that this entire trip is actually arranged very, very brilliantly by a company called Tripver. I've also traveled with them in the past where I did my Spiti trip. And they've managed everything right from bookings, from airlines to, coordinating the ferry timings, the place of stay, which is also a very great recommendation. Then also the recommendation of the scuba school and also ye jo bike rental. Yahan pe to be going around, we've rented a scooty. So you should definitely hit them up if you also want to do a similar trip to Andamans. And they also arrange a lot of group trips to Spiti, to Leh, and all of these fixed departure trips also. But this is like a customized itinerary, so definitely you can check them out. By the way, this entire island is literally just 8 kilometers from end to end. So getting around here is not very difficult. We've just ordered some food over here before we start off with our diving. And really looking forward to today's session क्योंकि हम लोग open water में तो नहीं dive कर पा रहे हैं आज because of the weather, but at least we still have the pool and we're still continuing with our course.
So So how to wear the equipment in the water? So we will do 1, 2, 3. And then as soon as you are in the middle, your legs will cross the line.
Okay, got it. Day 2 का confined session भी खत्म हो चुका है and कल hopefully if the weather permits 5 AM in the morning we are going to be going for our first ever dive and I'm very excited for that. So now we are at usual hangout in the evening which is Breakwater Beach. So यहाँ जाने का रास्ता basically ऐसा है. You have to cross through a lot of these, you know, fallen roots and trees, and that is the cove where we usually stand for viewing the sunset. By the way, it's very important over here to have a mosquito spray. You really need this, otherwise you're going to get bitten left, right and center.
Yeah!
Wow! Oh my god! Am I hearing this correctly?
ये लोग शेफ लोग ऐसे काटते हैं ना, बीच में से काटते हैं। वाओ!
मुझे यकीन नहीं हो रहा कि अभी हम लोग एक आइलैंड पे हैं जिसमें सिर्फ एक 8 किलोमीटर की रोड है, स्ट्रीट लाइट्स बिल्कुल नहीं हैं, एंड वेरी फ्यू नाइस प्लेसेस टू ईट एट एंड वी गेट पनीर स्टेक हियर.
Hello, hi, morning.
Hi, good morning. Good morning, guys. It's day 3 and also it's the most exciting day of our diving course so far क्योंकि आज हम लोग करने वाले हैं 2 dives in the open water. Excited or nervous?
Excited and nervous.
So here we go for our first ever briefing session for going into open water. It's just a repetition of what we've been doing for the past 2 days, but
Blow through the
gotta do it anyway.
So Tanya, what these are called dive computers. Basically, these are the brains.
Okay.
Basically, whatever calculations we use in diving, as per our recreational dive planner, it has all of it embossed in it.
Okay.
So you simple rule, follow the dive computer.
How difficult is it wearing your wetsuit?
It's quite difficult peeing in the wetsuit.
Do
everything and then
मेरे को तो टाइट भी लग रहा है. So these wetsuits are supposed to be very snug on you क्योंकि जब हम लोग पानी में जाते हैं ना, इसके थ्रू पानी गुजर सकता है. पानी अगर इसके अंदर पूरा भर जाएगा तो मतलब उससे हमारी buoyancy वगैरह इफेक्ट होगी. Which is why on land it is extremely tight, but it gets comfortable when you go into the water.
How's it light only, no?
Very light.
Yeah.
Very light.
Good fun.
Let's go diving!
Yes, we have to walk till there.
Give a big round of applause for these guys because they are the ones who
कितनी फटी है सबकी? कितनी फटी हुई है तेरी? Little bit. Just little. So in our first open water dive, what basically happened was हमने जो भी confined session में सीखा था, like mask clearing, we had to repeat those skills so that we just get comfortable with also doing those skills in sea water, like mask clearing and swimming around without our mask, also removing our BCD, wearing it back on. All of these things we had to do all over again. So this was not exactly a fun dive. We had to actually perform skills.
Yes, how was it? Nice scenes, bro.
Back from the first dive and वापस land पे आके कुछ ज़्यादा ही अच्छा लग रहा है honestly. Even though underwater world was amazing, but land की feeling अच्छी लग रही है अभी थोड़ी थोड़ी, क्योंकि इसकी sea is still a little choppy. This was our dive number 2, and surprisingly the sea was so choppy, had such intense currents. We actually had to use a mooring line to go all the way down. We couldn't just descend. Even though everything looked great and we were able to perform all of our skills, the water was quite murky because the currents were very intense. Dead. I'll tell you what's the most difficult part of the dive. The difficult part is actually carrying all your equipment to the boat, loading it up, and आज हम लोग दो cylinders carry कर रहे हैं because we are doing 2 dives one after the other. And as you can see, the path is long. It's at least 200 meters and you have to walk in the sun. So yes, these are some of the difficult parts of diving. The only fun part is actually getting into the water. So on this particular day, the water cleared up and it was such a remarkable difference from the previous day. When we did dive number 2, the water was crystal clear, but there were still some currents. But what we saw, the corals, the kind of fish were just so beautiful and incredible. And I think this day was easy on us relatively because murky waters made diving is genuinely scary.
Cool. Tanya, how was it? Diving in a trip?
It was very nice. Outside it's not great at all. So this particular dive was our final dive in our open water course. And all we had to do in this one was some compass and navigational skills, after which we enjoyed the currents, we enjoyed the fish and enjoyed being underwater in general. Also, because this was a relatively deeper dive, we had to ascend and wait at 5 meters for 3 minutes as a safety stop, which is something that's mandated so that the nitrogen buildup in your body can be released underwater. We are done with our 2 dives for the day. Dono times currents thi and it was slightly difficult and we lost oxygen really quickly, but this one was quite fun. How was your dive? Tiring?
Quite tired.
Exhausting. Now I just feel like eating a lot of food. How was your dive?
Exhausting but beautiful.
Beautiful. What was that white thing that you were that you saw like crawling inside underneath the rock?
It's a lobster.
Lobster though?
This is the sign for the lobster.
Oh, acha, okay. One for everybody. Yes. Yes, yes.
Oh my God!
finally khatam, and it was such a good experience. I also threw up towards the end after the second dive. Too much information, but बहुत choppy था sea, and it was also very thrice technically. एक बार before the second dive, एक बार during the second dive, and एक बार after the dive.
You puke 3 times. I have not seen people like continuing with the dives. They normally can it and then they head back. But you ended up finishing your dive. But good job, yeah.
Okay, thank
Great
you.
fun.
आज की 2 डाइव्स के बाद आई एम फीलिंग super hungry, and I did not eat a lot since morning anyway, except for some energy bars. So we are here at Breakwater restaurant. We just ordered some pineapple juice, and I've ordered some fried fish because I was really craving something fried. And साथ में हम लोग बस पनीर रोटी खाने वाले हैं. So that's the meal we are having today. So good.
बहुत बढ़िया खाना है. It's homemade, no?
Final day of our basic open water diving course. What are we doing today?
What do we have here now? Now that you're done with your diving and everything, it's about time that we give the final exam, guys.
Ishan, are you confident that you will pass?
Yeah.
Boys passed, yeah?
So today is the day जब हमारा final exam होने वाला है. We've already done 4 dives which is required for the basic open water course, and 4 dives अच्छी गई, मतलब थोड़ी सी choppy, थोड़ी सी उल्टियाँ, थोड़ी सी sea sickness. Would you like to mention about how you feel about being in the
Oh,
water?
I dread it, man. I dread it in and out. It's a challenge.
To be honest though, I have always been a swimmer, but मुझे भी थोड़ा बहुत underwater होता है. Like sometimes I panic.
I think डर लगना चाहिए.
हाँ.
नहीं तो you will not
But then
take
that
it
is the whole
seriously.
exciting part of it, no? Like
Haan.
if you get scared and then you overcome that fear. So these are called your logbooks basically.
Okay.
Like how you have pilots have their own logbooks. You know, they record flying hours. We divers record our number of dives. So once all the boys are also here, because you all dive together, dive time, dive log, everything is the same only. So open water involves 4 dives, and you all are planning on doing advanced. So there'll be 5 more dives. So by the time you all leave from here, there'll be almost 9 to 10 dives. Now we are logging our 3rd dive, yeah? So 3rd dive, the depth that we went to was 9.4. Tank start was 200. Visibility, I'd say 10 meters.
Okay guys, bye bye.
Bye guys.
Bye.
Take care. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Bye bye.
My boys are leaving.
All right, it's exam time now.
Yeah, good luck, yeah?
Okay guys, मेरी अभी एग्ज़ाम की जो मैंने आंसर की दी है उसकी चेकिंग हो रही है. आई एम एक्सट्रीमली नर्वस.
Sort. Fast. You all almost got the same one.
Yeah.
Okay, but this is very nice, yeah? Congratulations all of you.
Congrats.
Good shit, respect.
So guys, good news, मैं पास हो चुकी हूँ अपने ओपन वाटर कोर्स में. आई एम फाइनली सर्टिफाइड टू डाइव अप टू 18 मीटर्स. लेकिन मैं यहीं पे कंटिन्यू कर रही हूँ अपनी स्टे, एंड आई एम ऑल्सो डूइंग द एडवांस डाइवर कोर्स. सो उसके लिए लेकिन हम लोग ये कम्प्लीटली नई वीडियो बनाएंगे. एंड गाइज गो अहेड एंड फॉलो मी ऑन इंस्टाग्राम प्लीज़. मैं अच्छा कंटेंट डालती हूँ वहाँ पे भी. इनफैक्ट थोड़ा सा रियल टाइम भी होता है. जैसे नील से मैंने काफ़ी सारी रील्स वगैरह अपलोड करनी शुरू कर दी है. एंड इफ़ यू लाइक दिस वीडियो, मेक श्योर यू लाइक इट. एंड अगर आपको इसकी इन्फॉर्मेशन पसंद आई, नील आइलैंड पसंद आया, वुड यू ऑल्सो लाइक टू कम हियर, देन डेफिनेटली गो अहेड एंड सब्सक्राइब टू आवर चैनल एंड start planning your trip right away. I will see you next time in an all new vlog. Bye bye.